Losing family is absolutely crazy, bro. And especially if they're actually still alive, but yet you lost them due to something that was absolutely ridiculous in the first place. So let's go ahead and tell you a story. And then maybe we can all pull something from it, or maybe, you know, give me some advice or something. Like, so here's the thing. So I have a family member who has made the wrong decision in life every single turn and basically takes zero accountability for their actions. And I mean, period. Their whole existence has been running from the fact that maybe it was them and not everyone else. So here's the thing. I have a family member. They have multiple kids, you know, multiple different, fathers. And each of the times she thought obviously things were going to work out for the best, but it seems to be the same exact thing that keeps happening to her. All right. And why is this the same exact thing? It's because of her. It's how she is as a person. Not an amazing individual to be around, specifically if you're someone that is looking to court her. And now this person is much older than me and babysat me when I was, a kid, right? I mean, so this is how close me and this person were before yesterday. The whole life has just been like that. You grow up, basically. You grow up and you're able to see a lot of your family for exactly what they are and what they were the entirety of the time. But now you're looking through the eyes of an adult, as an adult. I guess what I'm trying to point out here, at least, is seeing her as an adult has made me kind of reevaluate a lot of the things that she has said throughout her entire life. Kind of like how it's never her fault why things are the way they are, but it's always someone else's fault, and that someone else has to be a man. So I grew up in a family where we can count the men on probably one hand, but we cannot, under any circumstance, count the women. The ratio is like 60, 70 women to three guys, okay? So imagine what these reunions are like. It's wild out here. For some reason, just girls are created in my family. But that's not the point. So I'm trying to just give you the full and complete backstory on who this person is before I actually dig into a little bit more. And so a couple of years ago, I think it was my birthday or something. So we all met up at my mother's house. And we have, again, like 3 boys in my family. So like in my generation, 3 boys. And one of the boys just so happened to be hers, the person I'm speaking about. And so he walks in, he's autistic, I'm autistic, I don't really like being touched, but for some reason he likes being touched in ways, I don't know, I guess it's interesting, let's say. So he walks up to try to hug me, I say, back up, shake my hand, right? Now her, being who she is, she says, oh, I hate men. Okay, just keep this in mind, this is the story, it's the narrative that's being told, all right? She is what my wife calls a rabid Western feminist. Think of a terrible person that specifically targets genders in negative ways. That's who she is, but specifically towards men. She's a misandrist by all definitions. I hate men, well, that means you're a misandrist. So long story short, that's her backstory. She doesn't like men based off of all the experiences she's had in her life with these multiple people that she has had kids with. And I mean, multiple people. Nothing's wrong with it to a certain extent, but if you allow that to dictate who you are and how you treat other people, specifically men, then yeah, you're a misandrist. So on a regular basis over the last couple of years, she posts on Facebook nothing but man hatred. So like every single day, I can basically expect to see maybe 20, 30 man-hating posts of some sorts. And of course, because of who was running for president, we kind of knew instantly who she was going to go for, exclusively, not based on policies, not based on nothing, just because she's a woman, I'm voting for you. That's her personality. Majority of my family are women, so we knew that also where that was going. But all the guys were completely different. So I found that interesting. That's why when I was speaking about a lot of the things regarding a lot of the men that I experienced in my life, they weren't really talking about a very specific candidate, but all the women were. I'm not trying to make this video like overtly political, but I'm just trying to point out some things that were happening kind of in my life here at this time. So long story short, she posts all this craziness on Facebook. All of this, every single day. I hate men, men are garbage, blah, blah, all this man hating venom. I see it every single day. And what does someone do when you don't agree with something? You just brush past it. I don't post generally anything crazy on my Facebook. It's just a personal Facebook. That's it. When Trump won, I was like, I made a post, the American flag, lower taxes and guns. That's what I wrote. Guess what I like? The concept of lowering my taxes because I think my taxes are entirely too high. I'm being honest here. I collect guns. So yeah, that's all I wrote. I didn't write anything more or less or nothing. And then long story short, she responds immediately to me and says, you know what? You're a fool. And because I'm married, obviously, right? And I have a kid that's from Europe and my wife is European, from Spain, right? The first thing she says to me is, you're a fool. Basically, I hope they get deported. And I'm just like, whoa, this escalated really fast because they're not going to get deported because they're here legally. I don't even understand the correlation here. And so she's saying all of these things, directing all this vitriol towards me. And a lot of it is due to the fact that every single time she tries to say anything to my wife shoots the feminist Western kind of thing that happens, a toxic feminism, not like second or third, not like first or second wave feminists where it actually, they were doing great things out there. But we're talking about the air conditioner is sexist feminist, or you're sitting down on the subway and you just so happen to have, genitalia between your legs and you can't really fully close your legs. Those type of feminists, the ones who say that is sexist because you have something between your legs. That's basically what this family member is. She is that, no doubt, the air conditioner is sexist feminist. And so like right after she posts this, I see this, I don't want any drama. I'm just going to ignore it because obviously she's super sensitive because, oh no, a man beat a woman in a race, basically. And I'm just like, it's not even that serious. I have put up with your nonsense for many, many, many years and still have not said, I'm like, listen, we're family. I don't like what you're saying. We're still family. I post one thing for the first time. Now, the person that fed me and changed my diapers as a kid is out here calling me a fool and wishing that my wife gets deported for some reason. Then she instantly texts my wife and is like, how dare you? Right? Like basically you're breaking the sister code. And like, why are you not sticking up for me instead of sticking up for your husband? I've noticed whenever it comes to like a lot of women that are like perpetually single, they tend to try to convert or turn people's wives against them specifically. My wife is literally sitting here laughing at this situation. And it's like, how do you even have the nerve to say these things to me? Like, how do you have the nerve to do this? So we have basically decided to just completely cut ties with this toxic aspect of I guess, my life outside of YouTube. And the reason why we're even doing this video is because someone asked me to kind of elaborate on the story that I had basically told in another one of my recent videos on the Mr. L. Boyd Reacts channel, guys. Yeah, but it's absolutely frustrating to me that something as petty, I would say, as this is enough for like a family member to kind of like go away, bro. Right? It's frustrating to me. And it's thoroughly confusing to me. But I kind of knew this was coming because for some reason, every single time we would encounter her at family events and things like that, it's always kind of the same pity me. My life is terrible because of all the men in my life. Right, the reason why I'm in the financial situation or why I'm in the mental state, the social situation, is because of a random man that she can basically name in her life, while she keeps legitimately choosing these terrible men. And somehow that's the fault of every single man on earth. The election is not enough to separate families. I find it petty and ridiculous. Like, I know my mother voted for Kamala Harris. I speak to her every single day. Okay, I know she did. Not at one point did I ever try to change her mind about that. Because again, it's not my place. I truthfully don't care who you vote for. All I wanted was to make sure that you're voting in your specific interest. A lot of people didn't. but a lot of people did not actually vote, you know, how their situation is. A lot of people shared their vote with other people. So that's just the reality, guys. I mean, it is not enough to lose family over, but the way I am personally is I've been watching her do things that have just been getting like inherently more like aggressive and just anti-man over these last couple of years. You're disrespecting me, you're disrespecting my wife, you're disrespecting my kid, right? Like I can probably say you kind of raised me a little bit because you babysitted me the whole time. But that's a wild one for me. I mean, like Thanksgiving is always done at her house. All right, that's not happening. The Christmas like dinner is always done at her house. Like, she's like the cook of the family. All right, so now this is going to absolutely be intriguing how we go forward, right? With all this because of the outright disrespect. I'm not even sure I could even be like, you know what? Let's brush this over. And she blocked me on Facebook also. She blocked me, so I'm just like, okay, all right. But I'll catch you guys later. Don't let this election destroy your family, though, guys. Come on, all right? Seriously, don't be that person. Right? It's okay to have different opinions and still be family. It's okay. You're family.